So there's a fruit in Jamaica that if you eat it like one day too early, your brain just shuts off. There's a bean that gets more poisonous the longer you cook it. And there's a fish in Japan where one bad slice and you're paralyzed fully awake while your lungs stop working. And we're going to talk about all of them. Look, I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm not about to tell you apples are secretly trying to kill you or whatever. But here's the thing. There are foods people eat all the time that are completely safe until they're not. And the difference between delicious traditional dish and hospital trip is usually one dumb mistake. So today we're covering foods that can genuinely mess you up if you prepare them wrong. Not like, ooh, this gave me a tummy ache. I mean organ failure, paralysis, cyanide, the works. And the wildest part? Half of these are things you've probably eaten. You just didn't know how close you were to disaster. Let's get into it. Okay, starting strong. Fugu, pufferfish. The thing rich people in Japan pay like $200 to eat because it's exquisite and dangerous. Here's why it's dangerous. Fugu contains Tetrodotoxin. This is a neurotoxin that is 1,200 times deadlier than cyanide. There is no antidote, and it doesn't just kill you, it paralyzes you while you're fully conscious, and then your lungs stop working. You're awake the whole time. Now, chefs in Japan have to train for years to get a license to serve this thing. They practice on hundreds of fish. There are entire regulations around it. And people still die every year because all it takes is one slice in the wrong spot, one punctured organ, one tiny bit of toxin gets into the meat, and congratulations, you just paid $200 to suffocate at a dinner table. And the kicker? People say it doesn't even taste that good. It's just expensive and deadly, which apparently makes it fancy. Humans are wild, man. And this is where it gets funny because you've definitely eaten these. Red kidney beans. Completely normal food, right? You throw them in chili, you make rice and beans, whatever. Except, and I need you to hear this clearly, if you cook them wrong, they become more toxic. Not less, more. Red kidney beans have this compound called phytohemagglutinin. Fancy name. Basically, it's a lectin that makes your stomach violently reject everything inside it. We're talking explosive vomiting within like 2 hours. And here's the insane part. If you cook them in a slow cooker, you know, low and slow, the way everyone says is safe and cozy, that actually concentrates the toxin. So you can eat them raw and get sick. Or you can cook them gently and lovingly for 6 hours and get even more sick. The only way to make them safe is to boil the hell out of them. Like, full rolling boil for at least 10 minutes. Otherwise, just 4 or 5 beans can wreck your entire day. So yeah, if you've ever made kidney beans in a crock-pot and felt weird after, now you know. Okay, quit checking. We got a paralysis fish and a bean that punishes you for being patient. And we're just getting started. Because it turns out a lot of foods are secretly playing with your life, and most people have no idea. Let's keep going. So Jamaica has this national fruit called Ackee. It's in their national dish. People grow up eating it. Completely normal part of the culture. Except if you eat it unripe, it will crash your blood sugar so hard your organs start shutting down. It's called hypoglycemia. And when it gets in your system, it causes something called Jamaican vomiting sickness. Which, yeah, you vomit. But you also seize. You can go into a coma. You can die. And the way you know if it's ripe, the fruit opens itself. If the Ackee hasn't naturally split open on the tree, it's not ready. You can't force it. You can't check it. If it's closed, it's poison, which is kind of metal, honestly. The fruit literally tells you when it's safe, and if you ignore it, it kills you. There's a lesson in there somewhere. Oh, and because of this, Ackee exports are heavily restricted. The US only allows canned Ackee from like 2 approved facilities in Jamaica, because they don't trust anyone else not to accidentally can a batch of poison fruit. So if you ever see fresh Ackee at a market and you don't know what you're doing, just don't. Alright, this one's huge because cassava, also called yuca, is a staple food for like 800 million people. It's a root vegetable. It's in tapioca. It's in a ton of African, South American, and Asian dishes. And if you prepare it wrong, it turns into cyanide. Actual cyanide. See, cassava has these things called cyanogenic glycosides. When you cut into the root and don't process it right, those compounds break down and release hydrogen cyanide into your body. And processing it right means soaking it fermenting it, or cooking it thoroughly. You can't just peel it and eat it. You can't rush it. During famines, when people are desperate and skip the prep steps to save time, mass poisonings. There's even a paralysis condition called konzo that's caused by eating improperly prepared cassava over time. It's permanent. So this isn't some exotic thing most people will never touch. This is a global food. Millions of people eat it every day. And the only thing standing between dinner and cyanide poisoning is whether or not someone followed the steps, which is kind of terrifying when you think about it. Okay, we're switching gears. In South Korea, there's a dish called Sannakji. It's baby octopus, and it's served alive. Not like, oh, it was alive a minute ago. I mean, the tentacles are still moving on your plate. The suction cups are still working, and people eat it as like a delicacy, a flex, proof you're brave or whatever. Except the octopus can kill you. Because if you don't chew it well enough, those suction cups latch onto your throat, and then you choke on your food. That's still fighting back. About 6 people die from this every year. 6 people a year are killed by their dinner because it wouldn't go down without a fight. And look, I'm not judging the culture or the tradition, but I am saying there's something deeply funny about humans being like, yeah, I want my food to be alive and also capable of murdering me. We really do just do things because they're hard, huh? And this is my favorite because it's so normal. Potatoes. You know how sometimes a potato turns a little green? Or it starts sprouting those weird little nubs? Don't eat it. Green potatoes produce solanine. It's a nerve toxin, and cooking doesn't destroy it. You can bake it, fry it, boil it, it doesn't matter. If it's green, it's toxic. And solanine poisoning is no joke. Nausea, vomiting, hallucinations, paralysis. There have been documented cases of entire groups of people getting poisoned from a batch of green potatoes. So the next time you're like, it's just a little green, I'll cut around it. No, throw it out. It's not worth turning your mashed potatoes into a neurotoxin casserole. Just respect the green. Okay, real talk for a second. The reason I wanted to make this video isn't just to freak you out. It's because I think there's something weirdly humbling about this stuff. Like, we act like we've mastered food. We've got delivery apps and meal kits and celebrity chefs. But the truth is, food is still wild. It's still biochemistry. It's still nature. And if you skip a step, ignore a rule, or just get unlucky, it can kill you. Not because it's evil, just because that's how it works. And I don't know, I think that's kind of important to remember. Respect the process. Learn the rules. Don't assume something's safe just because it's natural or traditional. Because clearly, nature does not care about you. Alright, that's it. If you made it this far, you now know more than you probably wanted to about deadly food. If you learned something, or if this made you nervous about your pantry, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want more stuff like this, because I got a whole list of things that can kill you in weirdly specific ways. And drop a comment, what's the scariest food you've ever eaten? Or the closest call you've had with bad prep? I'll be reading those, and honestly, I need to know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and maybe double check your potatoes. See you next time.